You might have a little more talent at positions that you didn't think you had.
True. But keep maybe some of your former starters like a Matt Pryor or something can stay around and be a backup, be some depth, and like you said, maybe that one person in the middle does make a bit of a difference, and so him being a bit more seasoned, free agency does seem to be the more viable route. And there are a couple persons and names of interest that they've been talking about that we might be able to get into at a later date. What do you think about left guard? Finish out the middle of the line.
Another draft position. Whatever tackle they take in this draft is probably going to be who starts the interior of the. And I feel very comfortable. I also like Matt Pryor. I don't know. He's a mammoth of the man. Having a big, huge tackle.
Man.
You want to run the ball. That is a mammoth of a dude.
Gosh.
Like just running the ball behind him. And I know Ben Johnson probably looks at that like I'll keep that guy on the run because I know we can run behind him.
Exactly. Now, you did speak about Amagaji. Do you think that he is a person that might be starting at guard this year, or do you still think he's at a backup and developmental type level?
Well, if he's a round 3 tackle, you would think that by year 2 he should be formidable. He's going to be on the inside of the line.
Right.
I just have more feeling about is Darnell Wright going to be healthy this year?
Okay.
Can Darnell Wright stay healthy? Because that's going to talk about the entire. If we're not shifting guys around.
Well, hell, yeah, and I think that is the thing you speak about with every line. Health, and Ben Johnson even spoke to that having the same 5 guys be able to kind of callus themselves together and not be fluctuating in that particular position is the best way to fortify any offense and have them be as productive as possible, especially when you talk about particular run concepts that he spoke about. So that is a bit of an interesting concept. And while we talk about run concepts, we move ourselves to the running back position. Draft or free agency, because I do think that we need some help with the running back that I think might stay on the roster, but he needs to complement. Draft or free agency.
I think, you know what, where you said the extra option, I think this could be both. You could see them draft a guy. You can see them draft a guy and they can sign a guy. I just don't think Swift is long for this team. I don't. I think Ben knows what he has in that already because he's coached it before, and I think he knows what he has. Free agent target. I'll save it for next week. I got a great time.
I got you. And that's funny that you allude to it that way, because just in an inference, the way in which Ben spoke about Swifty, as he so eloquently put, may not speak to you saying that he is your bell cow and de facto number 1, but it also speaks to the fact that general managers make decisions on football players, not coaches, and especially not offensive coordinators per se. Not Mike Martz. Not everybody's a Mike Martz, but like you said, you got some tidbits for us. We'll look into it next week, because I believe that while Swift, whether he is long for the team in terms of plans after this year, because I think both of us could see him leaving. I think the draft, second round or so, is where we can get quality back to go ahead and usurp him and kind of take fire this year. Moving on. My side of the ball right now, where I think we need most of the help. Defensive tackle. Do you think we get outplugged from the draft, or do you think we get that guy via free agency to go along with Billingsley, of course?
I actually like a draft prospect here. I think drafting defensive lineman is one of the easier positions you can get because they're big. You're only asking them to go forward. You're not asking them to find coverages. They're only moving forward.
Okay.
Here, I would love to get a nice interior line put in the Billings. Everybody's talking about an edge, but a defensive tackle, as we've seen, defensive tackles can still blow up lines. They blow up runs. And if you have athletic corners, which you do, you have guys that like to hit, they can cover the outside, so you can shut everything down on the inside, and when they run the ball, they like to hit. What do you think? What do you think about the end position?
Now, the end position for me, they talk about a lot of guys that could possibly fall to us. I think that there are a couple free agent guys that I like that are kind of linebacker converts and some other scheme fit guys that are, I think, still relatively young that we can talk about next week. And I think some of those free agent players are a better avenue for us this year, with the exception or the thought process of maybe trying to find a gem in the later rounds again and have those guys develop behind whoever you sign free agent wise, because I do believe that's where the net of where the defensive end is going to come from for us. I think tackle comes in the draft definitely. I think the end may be the spot you can find on the outside looking in as far as free agency goes.
Hey, hold up, we got something new. Hey, straight from dispatch. Held up at the post. Hey, the Bulls are on the other side of the trade deadline and doing exactly what they need to do. Although they've recently gained losing streaks against the 76ers, record stands at 23-35. Sitting 10th in the West, 10th in the East, which is in the play-in. Is the cycle repeating, or did they just wait too late?
Can we say all of the above?
We can definitely say all of the above.
I feel like totally you scoffed at all opportunities to get rid of Vooch and possibly Kobe at the same time because you wanted to recoup more than you got for the other players that you gave away already. So you're trying to right your own wrongs. And so you held on too long to get anybody away. And now conversely, some of the things that you did bring in via trades, Josh Giddey, Kevin Werters, they winning ball games for you right now, man. And Vooch's not even playing. And I see us staying, even if we don't stay into the play-in, I see us slipping right into a limbo area, 12-13, and I don't know that it does us any good unless the draft gods help us get into 10. But
you know, it's so confusing, their direction or what they're deciding to do, because none of it makes sense.